Alright, it's been a while since I've done a recording. This is Share Squid, and I wanted to introduce you to the two newest characters to the game. The two only characters at the moment. Let's just jump right in. And this is the first one. This is Coco. Right now she's in your standard T pose, which is what you have to put your characters in, your models, before you rig them. And she is fully rigged now, so I can animate her. There's Coco on her jacket. We can come up with a different name. I just thought, well, color computer, and it's the whole Coco community, so there's some meaning to that name. Unfortunately, Disney hijacked it for their movie, right? So I may have to look into that. We may have to change her name. But she does have the Tandy Parallelograms logo on her shirt. Using normal mapping and a variety of little tricks there with the textures. She's only got one giant texture on that's mapped out pretty well, and she's pretty low poly, around close to, well, a little bit around 2000 if I remember right. So not bad, a very lightweight model, and looks pretty sharp. Let me go ahead and bring the walls up. So I've sort of done a little bit of changes to that. I'll explain that later on in another episode, maybe why they look this way, but you can still blow things up. However, then there's the giant explosion that you've seen in a previous video. I won't do that right now. So with Coco now, she's rigged and we can animate her. So that means she can breathe. Pretend like she's breathing. She's not actually breathing, folks. And she sort of shifts her stance around a little bit. I'm not really happy with it, but it's close. Her chest is a little weird. There's just some weirdness, but it's not bad. Okay, so all right. So let's say she hears something. So she switches into her alert mode. She's looking around and making sure there's nothing around her. And then I wanted to animate something a little bit more dramatic to make sure that the rig holds up well. So say the enemy does arrive in the room and she has to roll out of the way. Oops, wrong button, my bad. She's rolling out of the way now. There she goes. So not bad. I'll roll her again. Pretty happy with how her rig holds up there. I don't think I've got any polys crashing into each other too much. So that is Coco. Let's go back here. She's breathing. And nothing too spectacular. Had some issue with her eyelashes. She has no eyelashes because my opacity maps didn't come in right, and oh man, I had this whole huge thing with Unity. I updated my Unity to 2018, and a lot of my code crashed out because it was using standard libraries. They no longer work. So let's go over here. This is the other fellow. This is right now I'm calling him Radio after Radio Shack. But I haven't talked to the original Rick Adams, who made the original Temple ROM. I don't know how he feels about Radio Shack in general. I feel fondly towards it because I worked there for quite a few years, actually. But, they're defunct now, so I feel more loyal to them. Never had to program software for them. So he's not animated yet, but he's rigged. He's pretty well rigged. I've got some issue with his fingers in the rigging. And I need to do some different stuff on his hair mapping. So over here, you'll see these things floating. These are, of course, the objects, the items. I don't think I showed these yet, but if you touch one, they collapse down, and then they would ideally go into your inventory, and you'll see them count up. You can still shoot them, just like in the game. You can destroy things. You can kick the little blocks around. You can shoot the little blocks some more. So basically I just tried to imagine what would that look like in 3D, and I went with something really basic like that, and just put like a little animation on them. You can shoot the big blocks, and you can kick around those things. They're kind of fun, slightly more fun than the small ones, but ideally you're supposed to be able to just pick it up like that, and away you go. And as you move your mouse, you'll see you're sort of targeting. It kind of wakes up when it gets over items. that's a little bit wonky too. I'll work on it. Got a ways to go. And but yeah, just wanted you to see that there is work being done on this game. I had to take a break. I mean, it's school season right now. It's wrapping up finally, and hopefully I can get to work on this. I'm going to stop the video here. Enjoy.